everyone. Good morning. I'm Diana. If you don't know me, I use creativity to talk about mental health, and I'm coming to you every day at 11 a.m. Pacific time to draw our thoughts and emotions as if they're a weather report. This is a quick art therapy exercise that I learned in a class of mine, and I just wanted to share with you. So when I say weather report, hi, thank you for joining me. When I say weather report, I mean, is it sunny in your inner world, or is it cloudy? Are there tornadoes, and is there a sandstorm? Thanks so much for joining. There could be a number of things in your inner world that are happening right now, and by drawing them, it gives us a quick opportunity for us to put whatever is in here and in here instead on the page. My camera setup is upside down today on Facebook, not so much on Instagram. So if I'm looking in a weird place, that's because that's what's happening right now. Thanks so much for joining. So this is a quick art therapy exercise. All you're going to need is a piece of paper, and you're going to need some coloring utensils. I'm choosing crayons as my medium currently during this time, but you can use really whatever you want. It's your weather, and it's your painting. So I would also say that this is something that you can do with loved ones. I think that tensions can probably be high right now. We're all inside, and sometimes people are coping in different ways. So your partner might be coping by taking some time for themselves, and you might be coping by wanting to be with them all the time, or you might be coping with creativity, whereas your partner copes with exercise. And so, everyone is just trying to do their best right now, and I think that the major thing that we need to do is have some compassion that your coping might not look like another person's. So this is an opportunity to actually draw it, to get it on the literal page, and potentially create conversations that are non-threatening. Thanks so much for joining me. Some conversations that are non-threatening, and just a tool. I found that in my own process of self-discovery and healing, that just having tools that we can express ourselves and that we can get whatever storm is inside or whatever big emotions are happening into a different medium, I guess, to use artistic language. Any tool that you have, it just helps you to not feel like things are out of control. Emotions can feel that way. They can feel very big. They can feel overwhelming. And if we draw them, or if we can categorize them, then it allows us the opportunity to have a little control over them, and also a little reprieve, a little bit of oh, that's what I'm feeling. Okay. And to be honest, often I don't know what I'm feeling. And so what I do in this exercise is I just put a crayon to the paper, and I just let whatever is happening come out. Sometimes that can be also in sounds. When I'm drawing, sometimes I'll be like, bah! I'll write the word bah. I don't know what feeling that is, but it's bah, and that feels accurate to me. Sometimes you can also just tap if that's an emotion that you're feeling. So it's just a tool. And I'm so happy that you will join me to draw. So just take your piece of paper and your coloring utensils, and we're going to just quickly check in with ourselves. You can check in mentally with yourself. You can check in, do a quick body scan, and see if there's any place where you're holding tension or excess energy, any place that feels bright and sunny in your body. You can do that as well. So yeah, just check in with yourself, take a breath. Be like, if I were to draw my inner world as a weather report, what would that look like? And it doesn't have to be just weather. You can really put whatever you want in your weather report. So let's just take a couple minutes and yeah, let's draw. Okay. My camera setup's weird, so I might come off, but this is a cat for you to look at if you want. So what's in your weather world today? me. If you need a couple more minutes, feel free. Take as long as you need. This is something that I will also do throughout the day. If I'm feeling, if I get something that bubbles up, maybe there's some news, or maybe I have, a disagreement with my friend, or I have a conversation with a family member that doesn't sit right, or I just have a feeling that bubbles up. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll just grab a pencil or a piece of paper, and I'll just quickly doodle whatever that weather is, or whatever I want to draw. It doesn't have to be weather. Weather is just it's a guidance, because if you just say, oh, draw what you're feeling, oftentimes it's like, I don't know what to draw, I don't know what I'm feeling, blah, and then you get overwhelmed and then you won't do it. So just draw it as weather. Start with weather, add whatever you want. Sometimes after I do this, I will also add, I'll add after things. Sometimes I create my weather, and then there's a burst of frustration that happens, and I'll just like quickly draw that in too. So this is, it's malleable, it's whatever you want it to be. And I encourage you to just write down the explanation afterwards. So I will show you my weather. And please, feel free to join me. I'm doing this every morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining. If you're just joining, what we're doing is a quick art therapy exercise to draw our thoughts and emotions as weather. So this is mine today. Everything you can see, this is my weather, and I will explain it to you. So everything is, it's a little on its head this morning for me. My iPad for some reason didn't charge, so it's upside down. I don't really know if I'm looking at the right camera. I'm here with you on Instagram too, so that's upside down. The world feels upside down right now. I'm sure a lot of our routines are different, right? There's that cat though, so that's there. There are certain things that remain, and friendships are here. I keep checking in with some friends, and some are going through some really hard times. Some are creating some really great projects based on some of those hard times. And I'm checking in with family members. The frustrations are new and old. So, things feel a little upside down right now. And I drew that. So I drew the mountains of up and down, because the iPad wasn't charged and is upside down. I ended up late and like there was just a chain reaction. So that's this. But then the sun is orange. I'm like, the sun's not supposed to be orange. It's supposed to be yellow. But in my inner world today, it's orange. The river, this cool, calm river, is in the sky. That's upside down. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be through the mountains. The clouds are supposed to be in the sky. Why are they on the ground? But the calm river that's forking, it's forking in many different directions. And it's calm. And it's teaching me to look at things differently, and to look at the sun as being okay, being orange. It's okay. It's okay to look at things from different perspectives. And the cloud, it might be gray, but it's actually soft and fluffy in my inner world. And it's blowing, but it's not blowing harsh winds. It's blowing winds of change and of calm, and of letting me know this area of the pain is just like, you know what? It's okay. Just let these mountains, these peaks and valleys go, and just be okay with things not looking the way that I think they should. And I was about ready to end there, but I really wanted a sun. I wanted a yellow sun. So I drew that in. And it doesn't have rays of sunshine, but this sun for me is at once heartbreaking and also the most important piece of the painting for me. It is a beautiful rising sun for me, because the sun's rising still. This for me also is particularly a really important piece, because I realize that Every day when I was going to school, I am from Colorado, and every day when I was going to school, I would drive up over a hill and I would see a cascade of mountains every single day. And I always took that for granted. I didn't really realize how important it was to have that beautiful vista in front of me every single day. Right now, in this pandemic, the homes are particularly of interest to me, of creating safe spaces in the home, and the impact of this pandemic might have on our mental health because of home lives that I've experienced. And so this for me is a very important piece because it reminds me of the sun rising and all of the beautiful things that happen in our relationships. And it's also a symbol of life. And this is, it's a holy week for many people. For other people, it might just be a time of, a time of creation. It might be a time of stress. It might be a time of a lot of things. But the sun still rises every day. Sometimes we don't see it, but it's there. So thank you for joining me. This is my painting for today. If you need to talk to someone who is skilled in mental health, and I'm going to post a couple of resources in the comments. And yeah, please reach out to helplines if you need it. Please have compassion for those. I know we're all dealing with different stresses. And please join me every day at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard, sometimes a little bit late. You'll see this cool cat, and we'll draw